Hi there, I'm Amber Lilyestrom. I'm a soul-fueled branding strategist and business coach. I'm the host of the Soul-Fueled CEO podcast and the founder of the Soul-Fueled Summit, and I'm so excited to talk to you today about our topic, the 3 things that are keeping you super distracted in your business and how to change that starting right now. So I get this a lot. This is a question that I get from my clients on a very regular basis. Things like clients saying, Amber, I'm having a really hard time getting committed to focusing in on what I should be doing in my business, or I just can't seem to figure out what thing I should be putting my energy and my attention into next. Those are probably the 2 most common questions that I get from my clients. And then, of course, the last question, I don't know how, right? I don't know how. So that's almost like a little bit of a sneak peek and a spoiler to what these 3 things that I'm going to share with you are today. But I want to get right into this and keep this super short to help you get some clarity, to move forward on your path, to achieve your goals, to get out of your own way, and to start helping people, because that's what this is really about, you guys, right? We started a business in order to serve in a bigger way, to share our gifts and our hearts with the world so that we can serve and we can help people change their lives. We can take the things that we've learned along our journey and pass them along like the baton and say, you go girl, you go take this and you learn and you share it with others in your own special, unique way, because the world needs more of us to be who we really are. One of my favorite quotes by Rumi is, let what you do be what you love. And that is my sacred wish and gift to you, is that honor of thinking about today, what in your life are you doing that is in alignment with what it is you really love? Yeah. Really important sentence, really important statement, really important concept to be tapped into. So when we get into our 3 today and what is distracting you, what is keeping you from moving forward and having success in your business, the first one is very obvious. It's called fear. Ding! You're like, no kidding, Amber, I already knew that. But there are different ways that fear shows up when it comes to this kind of distraction. It shows up in the form of procrastination. It shows up in the form of shiny object syndrome. It shows up in the way of comparing yourself to somebody else and perfectionism. So instead of actually taking action, you say, well, I can't do it as well as she does. I don't know how to make a video like this, or I'm not certain how to write my Instagram posts in a way that's compelling and calls people to act. Or I have no idea how to write an email newsletter or even get that thing set up. So I'd rather just not do it at all because I'm scared. So that's one part, perfectionism. So perfectionism causes that paralyzation and stops us in our tracks. The other is the whole shiny object syndrome. And so you see one thing that's really exciting and you think, I'm going to go do that. And then you task hop to another thing and I'm going to go check this out. And then you see a cat playing a keyboard and you'd rather watch that video than actually focusing in on what it is you really want to do. You're getting to the point, you guys, of what lives underneath all of this. The third one, as I said, is you are procrastinating. So you're putting things off. And really, I just believe the word procrastination is another word for fear. Perfectionism is another word for fear. Shiny object syndrome, avoidance, is another word for fear. And what lives beneath that fear, friends, is that you don't feel that you're worthy. Somehow you're not matching up to the vision you have for yourself inside. Your belief about yourself doesn't match the vision that you have. And so it's stopping you from taking the next step on your journey. Is this ringing a bell for anybody? Great. So how do we move past that? It's all fine and good to talk about fear, but we need to figure out how we actually move forward on our journey and stop slowing ourselves down, stop doing what one of my most favorite college professors, Karen Collins, used to say to me, task hopping, moving all around. I used to do this all the time and I still do. I have a really big to-do list and all these things, and I kind of pick and choose what feels good to me today. And there's a good thing about that, but there's also another kind of less than good thing about that, because often the thing that I'm the most afraid of is the thing that I never do. So I want to encourage you guys to just dive in head first, to just jump in the cold water and feel alive. We do cold plunges here on our lake that we live on, which most of you think we're probably pretty crazy, especially because we were jumping in 49-degree water this winter. Well, it was it was still winter. After we had a spring snowstorm, it was April 1st. So I guess, is that still winter? I think that's actually spring, but it really felt cold and we had snow on the ground. And I was barefoot running through the snow, jumping in the water. Would not encourage anybody to run barefoot on the snow. Next time, wear like flip-flops or sneakers or something before you dive in the water. But that's just my own little life lessons that I want to share with you. So fear, it's ever present. And we have to help understand how we move fear to a place that is not going to be threatening to us. Because if it's threatening, then we're just not going to do it. We're going to continue to avoid, and we're going to continue to step back, and we're going to use things like perfectionism and procrastination and shiny object syndrome to avoid it completely. So how can you let your fear sit in the back seat rather than in the driver's seat? How can you say, I'm afraid of this, but I also know that I was made for this? It's like that quote by Joan of Arc, "I'm not afraid I was born to do this." When you know that you were meant for something, you're able to sift through the fear and go walk on the fire, because you know it's going to help you move to the next level. And of course, there's always that collateral bonus of knowing that you're going to serve other people in a big and profound way. And that's why you chose this path, right? That's why you were doing this work, because you want to help people in a bigger way. And yes, you want to feel more free. Yes, you want more abundance. Yes, you want all of those things. But I know it's because it's the way that your soul feels like can fly in the biggest way, in the way that it can share its message in the most buoyant, brilliant, beautiful way possible. So let's not a little thing called fear stop us from stepping into that truth and from really helping us answer our soul's call. So that's number one, fear. I gave you a lot of wrapping around that. I want you to think about it. I want you to journal about it. Perhaps you ask yourself the question, what would I do if I were not afraid? And what would it feel like to do it afraid anyway? Okay, 2 journaling questions. The second, is subscribing to others' beliefs. So how many of you guys have had the experience of someone close to you, or maybe somebody whose opinion you really value, having a strong opinion about something that you're going to be embarking upon, and having their opinion stop you from moving forward? Guilty. I want to give you an example. So when I launched my business back in 2014, I launched my business as brandlovecoach.com. In fact, my LLC name is Brand Love Coaching LLC. And I was really proud of that. And I was really excited to step out. But there was this little niggling feeling in the back of my mind that told me, Amber, this business is really you. It's not Brand Love Coach. And maybe that's what you do. You coach people around their brand. You do it with a lot of love. You really serve them. But you're not brandlovecoach.com. You're amberlilyestrom.com. You're a personal brand who helps people with their brands and their businesses and helping them step forward into the light and into who they really are in a more full way than ever before. That's what you do. That is your magic. But I was afraid. I was so scared. I was so worried about what my coworkers at my old corporate job were going to think if they saw me leave my job, my 10-year career, this super successful career, to be amberlilyestrom.com, right? With my big shiny face on the screen, doing this. My first photo shoot, my header picture was like this. And I let their opinions, or correction, my projections of their opinions, my perception of what I was projecting upon them, which was really about my own insecurities of thinking, could I actually do this on my own, make a huge decision in the name of my business. Now, I have no regrets, but I will tell you that within 2 months of launching my business, it quickly became amberlilyestrom.com. It became a personal brand. And it happened really fast because it didn't feel in alignment when I was doing it the other way. And of course, I have had a great deal more success being myself in my brand and having the freedom to really show up the way that I want to show up, right? Sitting here in my living room with you wearing my Spiritual Gangster t-shirt on a Tuesday, whatever time it is right now, Tuesday morning. Okay, and the third one, now this is a really practical one, you guys, and I really want to honor this. And I have to go back to the second one in a moment. But the third one is you actually physically don't know how to take the next step. So you actually don't know how to put the email newsletter up online. You don't know how to create the graphics. Perhaps you don't know how to design the website. Perhaps you don't know how to market yourself. You've never done this before. So how would you know how? You know, it's not like we say to our children when they're learning a new skill, they're learning how to ride a bike, hey, stupid, why can't you ride the bike yet? They've never ridden the bike before. Why would they know how? It's a gift and an invitation, an opportunity to learn with them. And that's what entrepreneurship is all about. It's about getting on the brand new bike for the very first time and trying to pedal it and having the training wheels still on it. And recognizing that, you know, even a little bit of progress is progress. And so I want to give you the opportunity and the invitation to explore where you might be able to get some support. You probably didn't learn how to ride a bike by yourself. I mean, maybe there are a few rough and tumble kids out there that's what your situation was and you had to, and that's, you know, I understand. But for the most part, we all had somebody teaching us how to ride the bike. We had a hand on the back of the seat or on the back of us or whatever, hands on the handlebars helping us pedal and learn how to move forward. And honestly, I wouldn't be where I am today without the help of coaches, without the help of mastermind groups, without the help of other people who have been here before me and who are reaching back their hand and saying, let me help you on your journey. Let me support you on your journey. Which is a beautiful segue to an invitation that I'd like to extend to you to have a conversation, to talk about where you are on your journey and what sort of support you really need, and which one of these categories are you really getting stuck in. Are you tethered to old belief systems that perhaps are no longer serving you and you're ready to cut the cords and move forward? Are you simply just not sure how to do something because you've never done it before? And it's very basic and there's not necessarily a lot of fear around it, but you just don't have the skill set to do it yet? Or are you terrified? Are you terrified of being who you really are in the world? And are you using all kinds of other things to, just to distract you and keep you from moving forward and taking the inspired action that you need to take in order to achieve your goals? Which one of those do you fall into? I would love it if you guys could comment below or hit reply on this email, and I would love to support you in any way I possibly can with whichever category resonates the most for you, and give you some advice and some guidance around what is stopping you. My whole mission and my goal is to help you. My story is that I was working in a corporate job. I loved it very much, but I became a mom. And when I became a mom, I realized that I didn't want to be away from my little girl for all of the milestones and the moments that I couldn't get back, the ones that I couldn't get a replay on. Right? I didn't want to have regrets. I wanted to live right where my feet are. I wanted to be present for the people I love the most and also for myself on my life journey. And my corporate job wasn't going to allow for that. And so I took a huge leap. I had one client. I gave my notice for my 10-year career when I actually just told my dad this story the other day, and he looked at me like, "You are a crazy woman. I don't know how you did that." And I said, "Neither do I, but look where we are." And I knew that if I could get one client, I could get another one. I could get two, I could get three. If I could get three, I could welcome in four. And it's really, that has been the rinse and repeat model, having fearless faith, or maybe sometimes fear-filled faith, and titanium trust in my mission and knowing what I'm here to do and the conversations I'm ready to have. And the fact that I can see you. I see you for all the brilliance that's within you, and I want to reflect that on back to you to help you find the way that you are supposed to serve in the biggest way possible, and then take the mechanical steps to help you get there faster. That's what this is about. It's helping you get there faster so you can live the hell out of your one precious life that you are here living right alongside me, which is such a gift and a blessing and an honor. So you guys, you can head on over to amberlilyestrom.com. I'm going to put a link right down here, and you can click right on the top or right on the main header, and you can grab my free gift. It's my top 5 branding secrets revealed. It's a free guide to help you turn your brand into a dream client magnet. It's not your average branding advice, so I encourage you guys check it out, and it'll help you think of things in a really different way, and how you're positioning your brand, how you're showing up in your brand and your business, and how you're supporting the clients that really need you the most, because that's what this is about. I would love to support you on your journey in any way I can. I wish you all the best, and I encourage you and remind you that every day you have the opportunity to be right where your feet are, to grow where you are, and to serve in a much bigger way than you've ever thought possible. All my love.